Alright, let's look at 21. It's got two lines and it's got X and Y limiting you to quadrant 1. So you want to say Y equals 0 and X equals 0. I guess I put that there already. X equals 0. Okay, so how do I find my X and Y intercepts for this guy? Well, I take the first one and I set X equal to 0 or Y equal to 0 and I get my 2 points, 0, 9.5 and 19, 0. So I connect the dots. Okay, and then this one I do the same thing and I find 0, 14.5 and 29 thirds, 0. Alright, I recommend you possibly use graphing paper if you need it, and also get a ruler to make your lines nice and straight, because some of these are really difficult graphs and it's hard to see where they actually cross. Alright, so now we want to shade, so we say let's try 0, 0 for this one. X plus 2y is 19, so 0 plus 0 is greater than 19? No, that's not true. So you don't shade this side, you shade the other side. And now let's try this one with 0, 0. Is 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 greater than 29? No. So you shade that side. Well, that side and that side shaded gives you this whole thing. And notice with the restriction on Y, you've got a corner there, and a corner there with the restriction on X. Okay, so these guys overlap here, and so you're looking at this corner, and that corner. Well, if you did your graphing right, you already found all your x-intercepts. If you did your graphing right, you already found all your x-intercepts. All you need to do is find this one point. Well, how do you find that one point? Well, you take the two lines and put them in a system of equations. And I multiplied this one by -1 so I can get 2y and minus 2y. Hit each one with a -1. When I add them, I get -2x equals -10, or x equals +5. And I plug that into the first equation for x, and I figured out y is 7. So you get the 0.57. Alright. 29. The manufacturer has two types of hedge trimmers. One is the cordless and the other is cord type. Okay? So they want to know how many of each type of hedge trimmer they're going to use. So if you look at the question and see what they're asking, that will tell you what the variable needs to be. The number of cordless trimmers and the number of cord type trimmers. Okay, so they say the cord trimmers require 2 hours to build and the cordless require 4 hours to build. So this is cordless column, and this is cord type. Okay, and x plus y equals 300. That's how many trimmers you have total of both types. 4 hours for the cordless and 2 hours for the cord type is the labor, or number of hours. And then you got the last two, which are just telling you first quadrant. Alright, so you set those two guys in the same equation. You add them and your x's go away, and you can solve for y. Once you know y is 200, 200 plus what equals 300, it's got to be 100. So now you got 100, 200, that point right there. Now how did I find all these points here? Well, I chose my intersections properly. This is 300, 0 and 0, 300 for these two guys right here. Connect the dots. Okay, and this one I chose x equals 0 or y equals 0, and I got 200, 0 or 0, 400. So now how do I shade? Well, let's look at this one. 4x plus 2y, this one. And let's choose 0, 0. 4 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is less than 800. That's true. So this side is the side you shade. The side where it worked. Now this one is the other one. And you try 0, 0. Is 0 plus 0 less than 300? Yes. So you shade the side that worked, the side that contains that point. Alright, and where do they overlap? Right here. Just this guy right here. So you're going to need to find this guy, 0, 0. You don't need to do any work because we already know that one. You found this guy already, and you found this guy already. So the only one you need is this one, and we found that one in the first step. So we're done. Okay, 31. Advertising. You got luxury cars, or excuse me, advertising. You got ads for business and ads for sporting. Alright, so they plan to run 1-minute spots on business investment ads where they can reach 7 million people, 7 million women and 4 million men. Okay, and they also plan a 1-minute spot where they can reach 2 million women and 12 million men. Okay, so this is the number of sports ads, or actually the number of people that the sports ads will reach, and this is business ads. So the 4x plus the 12x, that deals with men, and 7x plus 2y equals the women, and those last two are just restricting you to quadrant 1. So now when you graph each of these and shade the proper region, you get this region here, and you get 1, 2, 3 corners. Okay, and you should find those. That one is 7, 0, and that one is 0, 15, I believe. And then you also have the point 41. We know how to do that already. 32. Manufactures 2 different types of tablets. Line 1 assembles one type of tablet, and line 2 assembles another one. So, let's see. Line 1 can assemble 30 ProStar models and 40 ProStar models per hour. Okay, so this is line 1. You're going to have this one be line 1, I believe. And this one will represent line 2. Okay, so line 1, you've got 30 hours of star and 40 hours of ProStar. And for line 2, you've got 150 hours units of star and 40 units of ProStar. And so this is the ProStar. It's going to be 200 units or more, and this one is 270 units or more. Okay, so when you solve both those, I multiplied this one by 3 and this one by -4 to give me 120 and -120. Then I divided by -480 and I get y is 1. I plug that back into the first equation and I can figure out x equals 4. So 4, 1 right there. I find my x-intercepts by using 0, 5 and 5, 0. And this one is 9. This one has 9, 0 and 0, 9/5. 0, 9 over 5. Alright, and so you shade the right region and you end up shading this, and you've got 1, 2, 3 corners. And then 34. Okay, 34 is nutrition. Okay, so you got 4 ounces of diet A and 1 ounce of diet B. That's diet A and diet B. And this is group 1. This is group 2. Okay, so when you look at the equations, they say group 1 has 4 ounces of diet A, serving X is the ounces of A, and Y is the ounces of B. So 4 times X plus 1 times Y equals 26, or is less than or greater than or equal to. And then 2 of X plus 1 of Y is greater than 18. Now how do you know it's greater than? Because it says it's the minimum requirement, so that minimum or more. Okay, so you write it out as this, that's part A, and then part B, graph the region, and you graph the region and you see that your region is out here. And when you shade it, you get this guy, and this guy. Those are all 3 corners.